We know that there is a better way of doing things deep down. We've just gotten so lazy with our thinking that we can be easily manipulated with fear. Humanity needs to be prepared so that it can develop its consciousness of itself enough to accept that what we believe about ourselves is not real. As a race, we need to stop thinking about what we can't do and start only thinking about what we can do. We need to start understanding what is possible. Because once we start understanding what's possible, we'll start understanding that anything that we can imagine is possible. Only because of what we can only possibly imagine based on our level of understanding currently. Anything that we can imagine currently can be easily done by another life form somewhere in the galaxy. Really, it's all just a matter of knowing how. Now here's the spooky part. People like me right now are changing things by exercising our own free will on the illusion. The only thing that is holding the illusion together right now is fear. It's taking more and more fear to maintain the illusion, and quite frankly, more and more people are turning their backs to the things that are producing fear in their lives. If you happen to know the difference between the truth and the illusion, then you can really mess with the illusion as people see it. That's where people like me come in. Our intuition drives us to do certain things that ripple out and combine with other events to achieve goals in achieving an increased level of consciousness for humanity. Certainly, I would love to increase everyone's consciousness, especially yours, quickly enough to understand that cancer is totally fixable by those that know how. So yes to your wild statement about your dad. Once you believe that there is viable help for your dad out there, that help, in whatever form it comes in, will come and cure your father. That I can say for sure. It's unfortunate that you think that you can't do anything about it. What happens shortly when the illusion disappears and you have to deal with the thoughts that you were told directly you could have helped your father but you didn't want to try to believe at the time? When the only thing keeping your father from his cure is you. Want me to explain? Allow me to do so. The cure for your father's cancer exists and it's out there. Lots of people know about it, but they would rather take the answers and keep them to themselves so that they may be able to make lots of money. That's your reality. The reality that's not crazy according to you. So you continue to sit around and do nothing because all you believe is that you can't do anything to help. Again, your reality. Now what would happen if you decided that you were going to do anything you could to help your dad? First step would be to believe in the possibility that there's something out there that could help your dad. Step 2 would be to stop ignoring the possibilities that you are discovering currently. Step 3 would be to investigate those possibilities and not worry about what your current opinion about them is. What you don't understand is that the process of disclosure is well underway here on the planet. It's a 3-step process. First is soft disclosure. That's already happened. http://vault.fbi.gov/UFO/. It'll take you hours to go through it, of course, but what you quickly learn is that it's all documents about UFOs in the 50s, 60s, and 70s that the government once covered up, now they're openly admitting to. So now I'm officially crazy enough to get the FBI talking about alien cover-ups on their website. Next comes hard disclosure. That is coming very, very soon. Basically, it's government leaders all over the world telling the world's population that aliens exist and we've known about it for a long time. It's the why they haven't told us for so long that continues to delay things. Most people in America will be very pissed at the level of secrecy and how corporations were allowed to use advances in technology through our contact with other races to profit from exclusively for decades. Especially since these technologies were given to us for everyone to have. Not for only a few to profit from. That's also the time the world turns a little bit upside down. We get massive amounts of actual information after that. The fact that aliens exist is nothing compared to everything else there is to know. Money goes away very quick after that because the reasons why people choose to make money will break down. Energy will be free. Food, water, shelter, all material things will be easily manufactured without time or effort. All knowledge will be instantly available to you via a device that is strangely similar to a cell phone in shape and use. Just way better. The interactive holographic display will be the first giveaway that it's a step up. And everyone will be able to transport themselves throughout the planet and space quickly and easily. Human interest will change over to learn about ourselves and our true history. We will start using abilities that are always within ourselves but we were afraid of because we were made to feel badly about being unique or the only one that could. People will grow and develop themselves the way you and I have spent the time changing our bodies. A process that takes a tremendous amount of energy and endurance to be successful at achieving any kind of meaningful results. A process that does, however, lead to learning how to use the pieces of yourself that are infinitely more complex than the bodies we currently reside in. Our bodies are simply a means that we are using to exist at this time in this space. Certainly, the energy that makes up who we are after we physically die still exists after death. We call it the soul. Everyone believes that they have a soul but no one takes the time to investigate their soul nowadays. It used to be a very popular thing to do. Also during this time, we are going to find out what's happening with the earth and what needs to be done to undo the damage that the human race created. That and we're all going to help each other with the process of understanding everything that's changing. The changes will come way too fast for most. It'll be the responsibility of the ones that can accept and understand the changes most easily to give everyone else the support they need to aid in their transition. After that is full disclosure. That will be the easiest part cause we just have to watch the aliens land and say hi to us without anyone shooting at them. They won't land and say hi until it is assured that they won't get shot, so you know what the goals are now. After that, I can promise that your dad's cancer will get top priority. Deal? How can I promise that? It's cause I'm famous. Not famous to the human race. I'm famous to everyone that's watching us evolve right now. See, in the real world there's thousands of advanced races, hundreds of millions of individuals, forms in 15 million-ish individual ships, some of which are miles across, just sit up there watching it all go down on planet Earth. It's the humans like you and I that are sensing the changes and reacting that they all pay attention to. Best reality show on in the universe right now. They are the ones cheering for me. They are the ones routing me on to doing what I'm doing with my life right now. I'm just making that process go as fast as I possibly can. It is, however, a process that no one can stop and few right now are still attempting to delay. You should also know that I'm not alone in what I'm doing. The people that do what I do call themselves light workers. In other words, we work with light energy. You've probably seen the website on my computer more than once. http://www.lightworkers.org. Yes, you need to filter the 1,000-foot tsunami crazies out since anyone is allowed to post, but I think you will find that you only read the words that resonate with you and you ignore any fear or anger that inevitably pops up. Comer Rosen does a great job of doing beginner's level filtering, but I find great stuff other places on the internet. Anyway, I think that you would be most interested in hearing from Sulusa when she speaks. Also, there was some very amazingly insightful words from Isis in the past 2 weeks. You should also know that Wanderer of the Sky started talking at the same time we started having real problems. And just go back through the Comer Rosen uploads for the past 2 weeks and listen to them. Each time you listen to one, try to remember what was going on in your life and in the world on that day. Just see if the words and the insight would have helped you during that time in your life. See if this information doesn't help you find what you are looking for on your journey now. I know that I sound really crazy, but you tell me how this is all supposed to happen any other way. There has to be some people that take the first steps to show everybody else that it's possible. If I knew exactly what I was doing, I would probably be doing a much better job, but I'm learning shit that there is no teacher for. It's been rough going, to say the least. I do have to say that the hardest part has been that the people that I care about most can't see me for the great person that I'm trying to be yet. For a while, I never really pushed my abilities to their limits. Now, it seems life is pressing me more and more into doing it. It's scary and mentally exhausting. I don't like doing it because it's really fucking hard to think about how crazy it all actually seems. But it, undeniably, is happening. The cool part is that there are rewards for listening. I have been having an undeniable number of quirky things happen in my life that reassure me the path I'm on is the correct one. Plus, you gotta know the benefits of being one of the leaders that trying to achieve something so great for humanity. Right now the game is such that I have called checkmate on the game that I have been playing. My opponent doesn't see the moves that I will inevitably be causing him to make for the rest of the game. This frustrates me because it's been a long game. I've won and I just want it to be over. I have to agree to play it out with my opponent and swap moves back and forth until the game inevitably, as I said it would, ends. My opponent now realizes that I was right when I said I'd checkmate and is now just trying to play the last move they have. Delay the end of the game by making their moves as slowly as possible. Now eventually everyone watching the game will see that I have checkmate as well and notice that my opponent is just delaying the inevitable and declare me the winner. Now what I need to ask you is, why should I be expected to believe what the world believes? The world has a pretty bad track record of knowing. The world being flat was a pretty big misassumption by us. It's actually easier to think that whatever the world believes in is always wrong, since we keep getting it wrong. Maybe there is a better way. Maybe there's something worth believing in being able to achieve, especially when you believe that believing is creating. I'm not a bad person for believing in myself and seeing some really big things that I see inside myself. The world isn't going to end if I try to do something completely amazing with my life.